Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we're going to be going over 0.9.7. This is the update that should actually be coming out today as you guys are watching this. We're going to go over everything in the patch. Link to the patch is in the description down below, so if you want to read along as I read, that will be groovy. If you don't, just feel free to stare at the Kremlin footage you are watching right now. I will post any relevant graphics or pictures up on the screen as we go along. So let's go ahead and get started. 0.9.7 German Carriers Part 2. German carriers are now available for all players to research. The new ships carry high-speed aircraft that have small HP pools. Their armament includes armor-piercing rockets and AP bombs, as well as fast torpedoes. The new German Navy collection comprises 6 sections with 6 elements in each. Learn about the history of the German Navy during the first half of the 20th century, the ships and aircraft, personalities, and emblems, awards, and uniforms. The reward for completing the collection is the ability to mount 2 flags and alternative camouflage patterns on German ships. Of course, that is, the ultimate flex in the game when you have 2 flags on a ship of a nation. You can find the first element of the collection in the German Navy containers, which in turn can be obtained by progressing through directives or picked up from daily shipments. You can continue collecting elements from daily containers by activating a subscription on the collection page. Another container can be obtained by clicking the button in an article about the collection that will be published next week. Rewards for completing the directives up to 5 Kriegsmarine containers, which have specific chances of dropping Tier 9 Pommern, Tier 8 Mains, Tier 7 Z-39, and Tier 8 Admiral Hipper. The Pommern is, of course, the Tier 9 Premium Battleship. Mains is a Tier 8 Premium Light Cruiser, and the Z-39 is a Tier 7 Premium Destroyer, and the Admiral Hipper, a Tier 8 Tech Line ship. I have no clue why it's not the Prince Eugen. That would have made more sense if they were going with the premium ship theme. Or other desirable rewards. Final reward, Iron Cross Permanent Camouflage for Pommern. Okay, so the Kriegsmarine containers, they didn't say you can outright buy them in the store, but I'm 99% sure you can, just like with everything. If you want any of these ships, the Mains is a very good cruiser. I would recommend getting it. The Z-39 is a very good destroyer. It's a Tier 7 too, so I'd recommend getting it if you're thinking about it. Admiral Hippo is a tech line cruiser, so I wouldn't throw any money at that. And the Pommern can be obtained for gold. So again, my advice to you, don't spend money on the containers. If you want a chance at these ships, just grind out the directives. Alright, the Port of Hamburg has been updated. Doesn't say exactly what. I'm assuming it's for HDR lighting and stuff. Please note German tokens can be exchanged in the armory before Wednesday, September 2nd, so that's probably when the next patch is going to be coming out. Alright, Ranked Sprint. It's going to be starting on August 21st at 7 a.m. and ending Monday, August 31st at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for both of those. This is a 3 versus 3 format playing Tier 9 ships. The reward is 10,000 coal, 500,000 credits with signal flags thrown in there. It's going to be on Hotspot, Mountain Range, Shatter, Warrior's Path, Northern Waters with reduced combat area. So I'm assuming it's going to be on smaller versions of those maps. Tier 9, yes, that's a very good tier for ranked sprints. A lot of fun ships there at Tier 9. And 3v3 format, I'm actually interested to see where this one goes, especially after this previous ranked season. Setting the order of consumables. An option to set a custom order of the consumables for each ship has been added. Thank you, Wargaming! Any customizations are saved on the server, so you won't need to set them again if you play on different computers. This is something that I and a whole lot of other players have been asking for, because unlike 80% of ships, the heal button is T on the consumable bar, but on some other ships, like, again, if you play a lot of battleship, I guess really, battleship players, heal's always T. You move over to a cruiser or to a destroyer that has a heal, and it's usually on like U or sometimes Y. So when you mean to pop your heal, you may accidentally pop DFAA, smoke, or something else that you didn't mean to use. So I'm so glad this is being added into the game. Thank you, Wargaming, for listening to people and adding that in. Alright, unique upgrades. New unique upgrades for Daring, Kleber, Harugamo, Kremlin, Audacious, Midway and Hakuru have been added to the Research Bureau tab of the Armory. They are each exchangeable for 19,200 research points. The current concept provides an additional opportunity to mount upgrades with special but balanced bonuses in comparison with the regular upgrades. I do believe these are the unique upgrades that I went over like half a month ago. So these ships now have new unique upgrades, and I do believe the tweaks to the other unique upgrades are dropping this patch as well. Naval Base added improvements for the treasury that will allow clan leaders to regularly exchange oil for clan rewards. The Research Center, which provides a bonus to the amount of received XP, has been renamed War College. A new building named Research Institute has been added. I wonder if that makes sense there. It increases the amount of research points a clan receives. To show the results of the clan's activity, the water area of the base will fill up with warships and auxiliary vessels, with their number depending on the number of battles played. The more random, ranked, and co-op battles that have been fought by clan members over the last month, the more vessels that will appear in the waters of their naval base. The number of warships depends on the number of clan battles played over the last 3 months. Okay, so some good upgrades to the naval base and some good changes. Research Institute, of course, you can earn more Research Bureau points by resetting ships now. And I do like the touch of the more players you have in your clan, the more active your naval base will look by having various ships and stuff in the waters around the base. Alright, Armory changes. Added 2 new battle signals which can be obtained in exchange for credits, coal, and research points. X-Ray Papa... oh god. Una 1? X-Ray Papa Una 1. Increases the action time of smoke generated by 15%. Navy guys, I'm sorry, I probably just butchered that name, but I think that's how you say it. Sierra Bravo increases the action time of hydroacoustic search by 10% and reduces the cooldown period of DFAA by 10%. That's an interesting combination because we already have the signal that decreases the cooldown time of consumables. So now if you're really are having a bad day with planes, you can slap that on a cruiser or DD with DFAA and really go to town now. The following bundles will become available with the release of the update. This is the big news. Tier 9 premium battleship, German premium battleship, Pommern for 228,000 coal and from bundles that are available in exchange for doubloons. Okay, so you will be able to buy the thing outright for doubloons. I expect it to cost around whatever the equivalent of $80 of doubloons is in your region, 80 US dollars. Alright, Pommern is the variant of the H-class battleship project that's armed with 12 380mm guns. Decent armor, powerful secondary armaments, the hydroacoustic search consumable, and torpedoes allow the ship a high degree of confidence in close quarters engagements. Okay, so I'm also assuming that the 1.5 Sigma is here to stay, since that was a change. I didn't think they would change it that last minute without buffing it in some other way. So hold off on buying the Pommern. You guys know tomorrow's video is going to be the Pommern first impressions review. So hold off getting the Pommern until I have a chance to play it and get my review out. I don't want you guys blowing coal, because at first the ship looked pretty decent, especially with the 1.6 Sigma. I mean, it's got all the German gimmicks and characteristics, strong secondary armament, torpedo tubes, hydroacoustic search, the German armor, the German guns. So at first it looked pretty good, but with that 1.5 Sigma, just hold off on rushing out and buying it just yet. It's not going anywhere. Again, my review is going to come out as quick as I can get it out. The first impression review at least. Alright, Tier 6 Eric Lovenhart is in bundles that are available in exchange for doubloons. Her bombers, unlike the aircraft of researchable German aircraft carriers, are armed with HE bombs, and her torpedoes have a longer range but lower speed. Translation: Tier 6 Graf Zeppelin. It also does have the secondary armament, not of Graf Zeppelin, but basically the Tier 6 equivalent. If you look at the picture, you can see she has the cruiser caliber secondaries there sticking out of her hull. So yeah, again, first impressions review for that ship will be out probably next week because that's a carrier and probably not as in demand as our next item. Slava for 63,000 research points. What did I tell you, boys? She was an implementation of a battleship project that was developed after the end of World War II to counter the American Iowa and Montana class ships due to the high accuracy and excellent armor penetration capabilities of her AP rounds. Slava is most efficient in artillery duels over greater distances. Her armor is not strong enough to be effective in close quarters combat. So they don't say one way or the other. I'm assuming it's the last variant of Slava that we saw, so 25mm bow and stern, which means you can overmatch her bow and stern armor with just 15-inch guns. So something like Siegfried, the Tier 9 premium German cruiser, can punch through Slava's nose and do a pretty decent chunk of damage to it. However, her 406mm guns, that's 16-inch, they have more pins than Yami and Kremlin's guns do. And they're 16-inch guns. And they are highly accurate at range because it has the reverse gimmick that the Soviet cruisers has. So the further away she is from the target, the more accurate the guns, which means she can absolutely rip BBs a new one at range, and any armored cruisers too, she will absolutely delete. I will be getting her, and I will be reviewing her and sharing my opinions on her probably within a few days, so be looking out for that video as well. Unique British historical commander Andrew Cunningham with 10 skill points for 175,000 coal. The commander possesses unique talents that increases the speed of his ship and aircraft, provide an additional charge for the ship's consumables, or increase the reload speed of the armament. Okay, yeah, Palmer and Eric Lowenhart will also be available in the premium shop. Okay, so there's some other changes. There's some balancing that we mentioned in a couple of videos ago. The nerfs to Venezia, the AP bombers nerf, the rotation of the crosshair for the planes. So now instead of the rocket planes dispersing the rockets in a horizontal pattern, they will now be in a vertical pattern. Okay. No other major balancing changes there. There's a whole bunch of other changes and bug fixes, one of which is actually a problem I mentioned, I believe, in yesterday's video, or like 2 days ago, where the guns don't elevate anymore on friendly and enemy ships. They have fixed that. Apparently that was a bug that was never supposed to be a thing in the first place, so now everyone's guns should elevate into press in the game. I didn't really notice it until we were actually filming the Operation Rheinbung video, and I thought that would look kind of weird on the video, but thankfully it came out looking pretty good. Again, as many of you enjoyed that video, but that was a bug that has now been corrected, so again, thank you Wargaming for fixing that. And there's a ton of other bug fixes in the in this patch, so again, if you want to read through, it would take me like 20 minutes to go through all of this, so if you want to read through that, that is going to be in the link in the description down below. Okay, so this is a big patch. Again, the Slava, God, I guess technically she has been in development hell for a very long time, but her being introduced into the game, the Research Bureau, I have mixed feelings about it, because this means that the dedicated players can get her. They're also going to be probably the very, very, very good players, because they have the time to grind out a line 6 or 7 times, however many times you need to get the Slava. And with the Anchorage event, you can buy the Anchorage, well, buy all the phases of the Anchorage and get research points that way, but I don't think it'll be enough to outright get her. I don't think, at least. I think it'll be about halfway there, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done the math. But yeah, Slava coming out. Again, very mixed feelings about that. But she does only have a 25mm bow and stern at tier 10, which means literally every tier 10 BB can pin her bow and stern, including the Burgon. And like I said, the Siegfried can overmatch her bow with her guns as well. So that'll be interesting to see how this ship does. And again, the Palmer, like I already said, hold off on getting it. My first impression review will be coming out tomorrow for her. So don't buy it just yet with the 1.5 Sigma, because that, again, that's the lowest Sigma rating at tier 9 for any BB. So yeah. Alright, so a lot of stuff's coming out in this update. A lot of good stuff that we've been waiting for, and some stuff that we're like, you know, we didn't want that to come out at all. So This update should be live now. I will be checking it out as soon as I get off of work, so be looking for any other upcoming videos on this update. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below sharing your opinion on the update, and let me know what you're looking forward to, what you're not looking forward to. I can hazard a guess as to what most of us aren't looking forward to. But yeah, anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 15,000 subscribers. We're getting very, very, very close to that goal. I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Hope you guys are having a great day. I hope to catch you guys in the next one.